Waterfall is lit by glowing rocks. Onland is lit by molten magma. The ceiling of our vast cavern seeps sunlight to taunt and illuminate us. Our little town is lit, too, by lights above which we cannot explain. Welcome to Undervale. The Snowden newspaper has announced that they will be cutting back on their publication schedule to Mondays through Thursdays only due to the economic downturn and massive decline in paper reading population. The Thursday Daily Journal will now be called the Weekend Edition, and on Sunday newspaper kiosks, usually filled with important newsprint, will be filled with Spider Cider. When asked, why Spider Cider? The paper's publishing editor, Lady Goff, said, "It's important that we maintain an unbiased approach to news reporting. The Po People Association is proud to announce the new Undervale Coliseum, next to the airplane and car racing area. The Coliseum will seat 50,000, but will be closed at night except for November 10th, for the annual parade of the Scientists and Royal Guards, in which all our favorite Scientists and Royal Guards, the one that looks underneath the slide in the elementary playground, the ones you regularly meet at the garbage dump, and the one that will occasionally steal babies, and for some reason no one can understand, we all stand by and let them do it. All of them will be parading proudly at the Undervale Coliseum. I tell you, these new facilities, it promises to be quite the spectacle. It promises a vast, dark, echoey space for the other meaningless 364 days of the year. Here at the radio station, it's contract negotiation season with the radio station management again. That's always an interesting time. Now, obviously, I'm not allowed to go into details, but negotiation is tricky when you're never allowed to glimpse what you're negotiating with. Station management stays inside their office at all times, only communicating us through sealed envelopes that are spat through the door, like ghost fruit escaping your hands. Then, in order to respond, you kinda have to shout at the closed door and hope management hears. Sometimes, you can see movement through the frosted glass, large shapes shifting around, strange tentacles whipping through the air, and other appendages as well, ones you could describe as pseudopods. Architecturally speaking, the apparent size of management's office does not physically make any sense given the size of the building, but it's hard to say, really, as no one has actually seen the office. Only its translucence. Look, I probably said too much. I can see down the hall. Another envelope just came flying out. I pray it's not another HR retraining session in the breathless box. Ugh. But what can I say? I'm a reporter at heart. I cannot report. Oh my. Let's go to the 7-day outlook. Your daily shades of the sky forecast. Monday, white. Tuesday, gray. Wednesday, steel. Thursday, whitish gray. Friday, charcoal dust. Saturday, charcoal dust with a chance of blue in the late afternoon. Sunday, void. The king has reminded everyone about the new drive to clean up litter. Undervale is our home, and who wants to leave trash all over their home? Put it in a garbage can, listeners. And if you see any trash around, pick it up and throw it away. Do your part. Unless you see trash marked with a small blue flag, the king asks to remind you that any litter marked with a blue flag is not to be picked up or approached. Remember the slogan, no flag goes in the bag. Blue flag, stop and run. Listeners, we are currently feeling a number of numerous reports that books have stopped working. It seems all over Undervale, books have simply ceased functioning. Scientists are studying one of the broken books to see if they can understand what is going on here. The exact problem is currently unclear, but some of the words used include dust, hot dog smells, licking, and lethal force. For your own safety, please do not open a book until we have more information on the nature and cause of these problems. The King has only released a brief statement indicating their stance on the books has not changed, and that, as always, they believe that books are dangerous, inadvisable, and should not be kept in private homes. Sources say that Reduction and Deduction Sporting Goods store on Waters Inn Avenue is a front for the anti-surface alignment. This is based on an extensive study of the location, and also because it's a faint blue glow outline onto which blue rocks regularly chip and fall off of. Fairly unusual for the Reduction and Deduction Sporting Goods store. We sent our intern, Lauren, to try buying a tennis racket, and have not heard back from them in several weeks. This brings me to a related point. To the parents of Lauren the intern, we regret to inform you that your offspring was lost in the line of community radio duty. They will be missed. May you all feel blessed for the family that you have. And if you're looking for sporting goods, may I recommend you check out Snowballing. It is right over by our own Undervale community radio station. Snowballing is only the front for the Royal Guard, and so they can be completely trusted. Garrison, out on the edge of town, reported that a crippling panic that came into Undervale today. He felt it first as a mild apprehension, then a general worry, and finally a mortal fear. It passed from him to other employees at the ruins, who had crouched behind collapsing columns and cast fearful eyes at the empty cavern ceiling. It did not affect ex-Queen Toriel, presumably because of her human protection. It went from there to the rest of the town, till we all are shivering in anticipation for a terrible thing we cannot yet see. I myself was frozen, sure that any moment would lead to death, that any word would be my last. Of course, that could also have been the contract negotiation with station management and the hideous envelope I just received. Also, I'm battling acute slime disease. Meanwhile, the crippling panic has passed. First leaving Gearson out on the edge of town, and then the ruins, where they went back to gently frolicking in the leaves. And finally, the rest of us, who could go back to living with the knowledge that at any given moment, we could live or die. But it's no use guessing. It's not currently known where the crippling panic will go next. Hopefully, Outland. It would serve them right. 2 Hawkeye listeners sent reports that Gaster, our curious scientific visitor, was seen getting his beautiful, beautiful coat cleaned. He was having his gorgeous coat cleaned. Very cleaned. Away from his perfectly shaped body. Listeners, I'm not one to gossip, even if it is a local celebrity. But please explain to me why Gaster would strip away and wash any part of that coat. Not to ignore the dignified, if premature, stains on the hems and sleeves. What treacherous cleaner would agree to such depravity? Who takes mere money or even soulless joy in depriving our small community of such a simple and important act of admiring Gaster's stunning coat? Reports from the 2 intrepid sources are that it was Washwa the cleaner. Washwa, who likes his water, who has posters of humans. Washwa the cleaner seems to be the one that betrayed our community. Washwa the cleaner. It is Washwa's dry cleaning gift shop, the one at Northwest 6th Street on Old Mushroom Road, with the purple and blue neon sign that says Washwa. Washwa is about 3 foot tall, with a blue hard shell, who seems to always be talking about cleaning in one form or another. Washwa, the cleaner, who washed Gaster's beautiful coat. According to reports, Washwa. Now, while I gather myself, let's have a look at traffic. Yep. Oh, wow. Well, that looks good. Yep. Okay. Not too bad there either, I see. That elderly monster needs to speed it up. Mountain lions are a race, my friend. Literal ones. That's it for the traffic. And now for an editorial. I don't ask for much favors, dear listeners, but I'm asking all of you to conduct a letter writing campaign to station management, which was not pleased with my discussion of their physical attributes and behavior, and is now threatening to shut down my show, possibly my life, for good. The wording was kind of ambiguous. Obviously, we will not be able to deliver letters directly to management, per se, as no one has ever opened the door, but we can always shout the contents of the letters outside their office. And we can presume, given the anatomy that includes ears, we'll be able to hear what you have to say. So if you like this show, and want to hear more of it, then we need to hear from you. May your voice heard to whoever or whatever lies in wait behind the darkness of that office door. Oh, I'm sorry, dear listeners. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. This segment has been brought to you by Mr. Nice Cream's Nice Cream Stand. Listeners, we are proud to have Mr. Nice Cream as a sponsor of our show. You will not find a better Nice Cream joint in all of Undervale than Mr. Nice Cream's Nice Cream Stand. Just the other night, I stopped by Mr. Nice Cream. I was in the mood for a cold Nice Cream. And since Mr. Nice Cream Man is the only place in Undervale that has not been closed down in a rash of tax evasion problems, and did I mention that it's also the best Nice Cream in the underground? I ordered a single Nice Cream, and boy, was I satisfied. The flavor was scrumptious. The taste was also scrumptious. And it was nice, cold, Nice Cream. I have been told even the royal guards eat from there. Mr. Nice Cream looks like he's averted their gazes for quite a bit. Even the king offers his ringing endorsement of Mr. Nice Cream's Nice Cream Stand. All Undervale citizens are mandated to eat at Mr. Nice Cream Stand once a week. It is a misdemeanor not to. Mr. Nice Cream Man's Nice Cream Stand. No one does an ice cream like Mr. Nice Cream Man, folks. No one. And now, sweet, sweet listeners, the weather. Hello, radio audience. I come to you live underneath my desk, where I've dragged the microphone and currently hiding in a fetal position. Did you write letters? Then you should not do this anymore. Station management has opened the door for the first time in my memory and is now roaming the building. I only hope that they are not listening to what's going on right now, or else I seal my fate. I can hear a kind of heavy footsteps and a faint panting that sound like dripping drool. An intern went to see what management wanted and has not returned. If you're related to Isaac Sickle, the afternoon board operator of Undervale Underground Radio, I am sorry to inform you that he's probably dead, or at least absorbed into management permanently. Isaac and Laura will both be missed, but we will surely see them in Undervale Dust Lamination Day, which this year will be in the employee lounge under the Undervale Shopping District from 9 a.m. to 11:45 p.m. There will be a cash bar and 2 steam vent puzzles. I'm going to see if I can make a break for the door. If you don't hear from me again, it's truly been a pleasure. Good night, Undervale, and goodbye! Today's proverb. There's a special place in Hotland that doesn't belong to MTT. It's very hip and very exclusive.